Yeah, we've looked at it pretty extensively. For us, he hasn't meant to handball it. The ball has come off the crossbar very quickly, came straight down. Obviously, his arms were slightly in there because he had to jump because it was, the ball did it. The crossbar was trying to stop it, and it came down and just sort of brushed his arm and went away. So, but we looked at the rule, tried to understand the rule as they've put it out now, and we didn't want to risk what they would see as a frivolous appeal, because they'll say, the rule, if a defender stops or whatever it is, a goal, then it's a penalty and he's got to be sent off. But even we know at the moment that if it just brushes a defender's arm at the moment, it's a penalty. Now I just don't know where the red card came in or why it should have done, but we thought that at the moment there's so much going on with this rule that we didn't want to get Asa 2 games for a frivolous appeal if they got the ump with us, for appealing. I mean, the unfortunate thing is, what you might find? You might find later on that defenders are going to start diving out the way of shots because there could be more chance of the goalie saving it than the ball hitting your hand. Do you know what I mean? So, what is natural, what isn't natural, it's a shame really, because that's been talked about a lot, and it's affected us, of course. So we're disappointed, but we didn't appeal because, at the end of the day, they've got this new rule in. A lot of rules are a little bit ambiguous, so they can move things around as they wish. And this one in particular is one that is causing a lot of conversation, let's say. So, but anyway, so we've lost our captain for one game, and he'll be back fighting fit, ready for the Barnet game 2 days later.
Because there used to be the double jeopardy rule, didn't there? Whereby it could have been a penalty, but because there was no deliberation in Asa's actions, it would have been a yellow or maybe no card at all.
Well, exactly. So, but everybody has their, an opinion on this, and it's they'll sort it out. They'll end up having to change it, I would have thought, because there's so many professional people that feel that it's a poor rule.
Asa obviously is such a key figure in the heart of your midfield, very experienced as well. How difficult is he going to be replaced on Saturday?
Well, whoever replaces him will feel not very difficult at all, because he wants to, whoever it is will come in and work hard. We know what Asa gives us, but we got other players that have got Asa's type of qualities and their own type of qualities. So you just have to deal with the different personnel. Asa's done very well, and you don't want to lose your captain because he is an influence on the pitch. But people will have to step up to the plate and give more information to alleviate the fact that Asa's not in there.
Liam Davis came back into the side on Saturday. How good was it to have him back?
Well, it was great to have him back. He is a natural defender, of course. Frank done a great job there for us. But his main position is in midfield. He's only a young lad, so he's still learning about defending. It would have helped him in the long run because we did a lot of work with him defending-wise, and so he would have picked a lot of that up, even as a midfield player. Sometimes you have to defend. But Liam's got that experience, and I thought he had a super game for his first game for a long time, and he got cramp, I think, in about the 85th minute, which was 30 minutes more than we thought. So he done well, and he with you. I'd just gone, Liam, you okay? And he went, yeah, I'm okay. And then 5 minutes later, he got cramp after I'd made me 3 subs. So, but anyway, he saw the game out, and the team saw the game out because it was a difficult last 6 minutes with 10 men, with them, trying to get the ball in our box as often as possible.
You had a friend against Bristol Rovers, a chance to give some of the players a run out. Hat-trick in there for Manny Duku?
Yeah, he done well, as did a lot of our players that haven't been playing regularly yet. that's why we wanted the game to get them up to scratch, not up to scratch, but up to the work. And all of them, the ones that are just not quite getting regular games at the moment, it was a good game that they could show me that they're ready, and they did, and the young boys played well along with the some of the more experienced pros. Sean did his job as well. It meant that he got another game, that feeling of playing, which was good. So it was a good exercise for us, and actually the boys played really well. So we know that our squad is looking pretty strong at the moment.
Plenty of food for thought for you. You said it'd take probably 10 games for you to know your strongest starting 11 going forward. You're sort of halfway there, I suppose, game-wise at least.
Yeah, we're halfway there. Of course, if the team does well and there's no injury, then generally I will pick the same team, unless somebody's coming back from a layoff that you feel needs to be in the team. So, they all know, the ones that are not in the starting 11. They know there's a route through. I'm not. If I have to dismiss anyone, I'll let them know, sort of thing. They won't be around the squad, but all those lads were close enough for me to have that nice problem of having to pick a team for Saturday and then again on Monday, which you have to think about as well. That's it's 2 games in 3 days. That might be hard for. The starting 11 on Saturday to do exactly the same on the Monday, but who knows.
I know we're talking about fine margins, I know, but I mean, any thoughts on the fact you actually have to kick off at 5:20 on Saturday with that Monday game so soon after?
Not really. I think everybody has that problem, don't they, from Premier League downwards. So no, we'll just plan our day. Our preparation is slightly different because you're playing 2.5 hours later. But no, I'm quite looking forward to it. It's a nice little stadium, nice ground now at Barnet, and they're going well. So we'll get this one over with, and after we got this one over with, we'll start thinking about Sunday where we're training, and we'll be working and talking a review of the Aldershot game, and then we'll preview the Barnet game on the same day. So. But Barnet would have been doing exactly the same as well anyway. They'd have played 2 games, so we'll see the fitness of our squad.
How good has it been to have a free week, your first free week this week?
Well, again, I don't even moan or happy about it. It's what you've got, and again, our preparation, it means your preparation for the next game has been longer, which is sometimes nice. You can work on a few things. We could play the reserve game to get them in some minutes of football. So that's it's been a good week for that, and Liam's been able to have a little bit of a breather, and we have to manage every player all the time, and that's what we do. So it's not good or bad, it's just how it is, and we prepare accordingly.
What are you expecting from Aldershot?
Well, as all that, no, you don't show what's up there. But we prepared this morning against their strengths and weaknesses, like you do all teams. Pete's watched them extensively. Downsy's watched them as well, and we've got a good idea of how they play, what they do, who they might bring in, who they might drop out. So we're just trying to be professional in our preparation towards another game.
Aldershot should have gone down last season, of course, and were reprieved because of the situation at Gateshead. I just wanted to ask you, bearing in mind the situation, you've got teams like Bury that could go out of business on Friday and Bolton as well. Are you surprised at the way football is these days from your experience?
It's a lot of experience, isn't it? I've had a lot of managers and managers when I was a player, but owners, people that run clubs. So, I know exactly how some clubs are run. Some are run very well, and some not so well. Some take chances on some seasons where they go, right, we're going for it this year, and if it doesn't happen, they're stuck with probably players that are on high wages at the same level. So no, I'm not surprised, because I think sometimes teams can run away with themselves for the right reasons. They're trying to get some success, but very difficult to get that. So you have to keep your house in order, really, and if you don't, then you can come into trouble.
Because, I mean, Clark Osborne, one of the things he always says is the thing about trying to make Torquay sustainable. It's very important, isn't it?
It's very important, and I think most of the clubs that I agreed to go to, I've felt had that mentality, and that was always important to me. I didn't want to have to worry about whether the players were going to be paid on certain occasions, that sort of thing. I've always wanted to make sure that there was an ambition around the club, and everybody wanted to improve, and everybody was ready to help it improve, and that's I felt that here, definitely, and I've felt it at the other clubs that I've managed to get involved with. So it's all's good at the moment here. We're in a good place. I think everybody seems to be pretty happy. We've got to keep that spirit going, keep that mentality, and not lose the ambition, which in my opinion the whole club has got that ambition, including the owners, and obviously Clark and George, that is our MD now. We talk about things all the time, and we're just trying to improve the club as we go, but we're doing it within the constraints of not constraints, but within the what's the word, ring fencing of not putting the club into any danger at all. But so that's what we got to do, and if we can do that and be sustainable, then that's what we all want to be.
Brilliant. Finally, just back to the game. Obviously, no Ace. How are you looking otherwise, injury-wise?
Just Dicko. He's not available yet. I think he's training today. So we're just, wait and see. I think he had I've not got the word yet. He had a MRI scan yesterday, Dowsy?
Yep.
He had an MRI scan. Do we know anything about that?
He had it on Tuesday.
Oh, is he all right?
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't know.
We're waiting for the. That's why I don't know. They don't know yet. But he's had his MRI scan, and we're just checking that there's nothing untoward.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Gary.
No problem.
The way you've been playing recently, you're trying to develop this high tempo, high passing, pacey game, and Connor, I think, seems to have been quite an important person in that. The fact that you're playing someone like him up with Jamie, I'm sure whether you meant it or not, I'm sure you probably did, I know you did, but has he actually helped to develop that style of play rather than people looking up and saying, oh, there's Matt Reed up there, we'll get it up to him, or something else? The fact that he's helped to, because he's not, most people wouldn't have him down as a natural.
No, he's not bad in the air either, is he, to be fair?
No.
And Reed is improving, judging by his goal.
Yeah.
But no, I mean.
At this stage of the season, trying to develop.
Yeah, no, I understand exactly, and you're right, because you have a way of playing in your head, along with our staff, and you have to just put the round pegs in the round holes, and at this moment, that's what kind of gives us. But Dukes is pushing for that spot, because after his goals the other night. Rory's pushing. Rory can play wide or up front, so he's pushing. Frank, you don't want to leave him out for long, because he's a player. You've got Opie, another one who's close. Hughes hasn't yet been able to get in the squad, but we want to bring him in pretty soon. So we're pretty strong in that, and all of them would fit in, I think, to our way of doing things. But I've got to keep a little bit of continuity, and 7 points from 5 games is not the best, but we know that actually in 2 of the games, Bromley we could have quite easily won, and certainly Maidenhead. We lost 2-0, but we could have won 7-2.
Yeah.
Do you know
So
what I mean?
that's 5 points that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't get,
that
which you easily
we
could.
didn't get. But in my mind, I thought we played well enough to get those points,
Yeah.
but we didn't, and that's how it goes sometimes. But
Yeah.
hopefully, we can have a bad game somewhere and win 1-0. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? That
yeah.
it
Well, I think even
swings
last
and
Saturday at
roundabouts.
Dover, you brought in Mo, and
Yeah.
when I don't think many people were expecting to see him on the bench. Not only did he, but he got on.
Yeah, well, we needed to
some
see
stuff,
Mo,
so-
and obviously he played.
Yeah.
He played in the week as well, so and some people need a little bit of time to get into our way of thinking,
Yes.
our way of playing, and then they'll get their chance if they're ready.
Yeah, but it's interesting that I remember looking at the team sheet on Saturday and go, wow, there's no Manny, there's no Frank, but
Yeah.
Mo's in, and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So it's just confirmation of what you were saying before, really, is that you've got all these options of people who are pushing and pushing and pushing to
Yeah.
get into
Well,
the-
if you need a
the
big
squad,
one
so-
up there, to bash it up to. I mean, Dukes didn't quite do it against Maidenhead, and we've had a sort of chat. But he's decent in the air. The fact that he's
Yeah.
6'4" sort of thing.
Yeah.
But so you can always use that when we need to use
Yeah.
it. And we got, I think we got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
If our squad gets too big, it becomes difficult because every week you've got to tell 5 or 6 people that they're not even on the bench. Now our squad hasn't got that big yet, but I'm still having to leave 1 or 2 off the bench. Do you know what I mean? So, and then obviously Asa gets sent off, so obviously that moves everything forward. Somebody
Yeah.
gets in. So the squad has got to be a manageable number.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get too many disappointments. I mean, how they do it in the Premier League, I do not know. Where they've got 40 pros and they've got to try and keep them all happy. Well, they don't, do they? They don't keep them
Is
happy.
it the 80,000 quid they're on?
That's probably what keeps them happy. Yeah, that's a good shout.
After the Maidenhead game, you said you wanted a reaction from the players. You wanted them to be sharper in both boxes. Do you feel like you got that at Dover?
Yes, we did get that. I thought we did very well in our box from crosses. There was a lot of that was their game. We said that was going to be their game, crossing, and obviously they had the 2 big fellas up there. And I thought we dealt with that very well, and I felt we got into their penalty area well. Obviously we scored from a set play in the 6-yard box, and Asa ran about 3 kilometres in the build up to that corner, and I think the fella got bored and stopped marking him, so and that's what happened. So he scored his header, and then Reedy's goal was an absolute perfect team goal. It was a great start with Litz, is it, a 90-yard ball from the right wing, the right midfield position, right over to Jake, who killed it with one touch. Liam made a fantastic run down the outside, took somebody, give Jake the chance to play exactly the right ball into the second 6-yard box, as we call it. And then Reedy, rose like a gazelle and headed it in like a gazelle. No, he headed it in well, very well.
It's almost like that routine in your DVD that you're working on up at South Devon College.
Well, it's funny you should say that. Exactly. Thanks for bringing that up. And it's another plug for our DVD.
It'll pay off in the
end.
end.
Yeah, it pays off in the end.